Good morning, everybody. It's Angie Atkinson, and today I have something kind of special for you. I'm giving away my free ebook. Well, it's not really free, but it's free today. So if you look in the description below, you will see there is a link to the book, which is called Gaslighting, Love Bombing, and Flying Monkeys, the Ultimate Toxic Relationship Survival Guide for Victims and Survivors of Narcissistic Abuse. So it basically, you know, if you're in the relationship with somebody who makes you feel crazy, not good enough all the time, find yourself constantly shocked and outrageous, at their outrageously disrespectful behavior or excessive bullying, etc., this is the book for you. It's about gaslighting. Normally it's $4.49, which isn't really a huge deal, but I know that sometimes even $4.49 is difficult to come by when you're dealing with sharing a budget with a narcissist. So it's free. Also, in the description, you will see links to a free Kindle app that you can put on any device, as well as several other links that will be, good deals for you. Good morning, Karen Russ French. Good morning, Carissa, Andrea, Malta, Chelsea, Carlita, and Jillian. What a great group we're starting with today. So check those out and make sure that you, somebody ask Andrea to refresh, please. If you can see me, can you see me? Let me know. Oh, hey, Angie L. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Kaylin. Good morning, Nadia. Good morning, Cynthia. David, good morning. Andrea, oh, you have no feed. Does anybody see me? Does anybody see me? I guess not. Good evening, Leslie. Oh, good. Okay. Malta, you can see me. Okay. Leslie Daniel says, good evening from Australia. Good evening. And good morning from the USA. Wait a minute. Let me scroll back up. I missed. Okay. Nadia says, I'm in need of some advice. I posted in spam this morning, but the narc got into it with me yesterday. Uh-oh. Tell me what's going on, girl. I haven't been able to look at spam yet today. I'm just getting started. Malta says to Andrea, oh yeah, please refresh at the request of Angie. Malta sees me. Karen sees me. David sees me. Good. Kaylin sees me. Susie, hey, Susie, hey. Maria Campagnoni, she sees me now. Leslie sees me. All right. Chelsea doesn't. Chelsea, refresh, honey. No. Okay. Rick sees me. Linda sees me. Nadia sees me. Michael sees me. Carissa doesn't see me. Okay. So if anybody can't see me, I don't even know if this is going to be pointful to say this, but just refresh, okay? All right. Cynthia More says, I see you, baby. Good morning, Elise. And thank you for letting me know. Maria had to reset. Jillian sees me. Karen Russ French sees me. Angie L sees me. Hey, Makal LL. Welcome, welcome. Jillian sees me. Okay. Somebody. Okay. Good morning, Freedom Lee. You see me? That's good. Chelsea says refreshing. No Angie yet. Good morning, Linda. Hello, Ellen. Good morning, Brian. Let me see here. Oh, come on, thing. Okay. Nadia says, I just asked him before he left work to please not play rough. Oh, before he left for work, to please not play rough with the daughter. She doesn't like it. And he got into his rage, said the usual things, kept texting me at work, and I ignored him. Good for you. Yeah, they don't like to be told they're wrong. So Nadia, next time you need to ask him something like that, maybe you can do it in a sneakier way. Maybe you can ask him, say something like, well, say something like, well, she said this to me, or, I know she's so little, but maybe if you can say that she made some indication to you that, that daddy was playing rough with her, and then you could say, I know you'd never do that though, or something like that. I don't know. It's a difficult thing, but if you make it about what she said and how he will do better than that because he's a good dad, blah, 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 that's always helpful. Emily says, hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Mine started with panic attacks. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. And realization that the narc of 6 years never loved me. Got a new girlfriend right away, as I heard last night, trying to breathe. Oh, sweetie, I know that's so hard. I know it is. And I'm sorry about that. But I will tell you this. Take some deep breaths. And the first thing that I would do, if you haven't already done it, is make sure you know, don't look at their stuff on Facebook. So block them on Facebook, Instagram, all that. And the next thing I would do is start to distract yourself for a while so that you can focus on something that isn't this. You have to remember, when somebody gets a new supply, it's never ever about the old supply. It's always about the fact that the narcissist cannot be alone. You know, narcissists love us in the same way that we love our phones. Remember that. When here's my phone, and I'm just going to remind you of this. When I first got this phone, and I'm still in love with it. But the phone I had right before this, I also loved. And I only got a new one because I needed a new one, and my old one stopped working the way I wanted it to. And so then I didn't like that one anymore when it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. So I got a new one. And when this one stops doing what I want it to do, guess what? I'll dump it and I'll get a new one. Narcissists see people the same way that we see phones. And whatever sort of abuse you suffered, that girl will be unfortunately also suffering. So be aware of that. It's really not you. It's really not you. I did a video recently about the narcissist new supply. Take a look at that, about will the narcissist change for a new supply. That's on my channel if you're interested in that. Okay, wait, I lost my spot. Okay, hi Lori Bunting, welcome, welcome. Chelsea says I'm working on it. Oh, Chelsea, I hope you get it. John J, good morning, good morning. Let's see, Latanya Davis says, hey, from Dayton, Ohio. Hey, Latanya. Elise says, summer's here. Yes, indeed it is, my friend. Nadia says, I told him I was done and I want him to leave. He tried to make up like all the other times, just hug me and make up and forget. I refuse. I need to stand my ground and I don't know what to say. What you have to do is not allow him into your personal space as far as the hugging. Make him understand, and you have to be emotionless, and that's the thing that's going to be hard. You have to remain emotionless, and you just have to continue to repeat like a broken record what you want if you're going to make him leave, and don't allow him to affect you emotionally, at least not in the way that he can see, until he's gone. And even then, don't do it, because it'll just make him feel like he's got supply. Nadia, I know this is hard, but making him leave is going to be the thing. If he's got somewhere else he can go, that would be helpful. Maybe you could look into how to get him somewhere else. When I left my ex-husband, I literally sat down with him and taught him how to pay the bills because he didn't know. I explained to him how much money he would need to make per hour to survive in the place where he was, which was a waste of my time because he lost the house after I moved out, of course, because he didn't know how to pay the bills. But he had the opportunity, so. Chelsea, are you saying you're back? You're here? You can see me now? Okay. Good morning, Barbara. Andrea says, yay, I see you. Okay, good. Hi, Andrea. Terry, hey, yeah. Carissa Lato still can't see or hear me. I hope she can refresh. Anna De Lucia says, good morning. Good morning, Anna. Emily says to Nadia, like Angie said, be sneaky and keep your cool. Hugs. Yep, absolutely. Andrea Saunders says, say she was fighting in her sleep. Oh, that's a good idea. Yep. Okay. Chelsea can see me now. Hey, girl. Hey. Yeah. Big hugs to you, Emily. We do understand how that feels. And Linda Welch sends her love your way. Chelsea says to Carissa, I had to clear all my screens on my phone and go back into YouTube. Okay. Thanks, Chelsea. Nadia. Wait. Dang, I hate when that happens. Wait, who was that? Did I see that one? Okay, Anna De Lucia. Nadia says, I said it really nice. I just said, Yaz mentioned that you play hit with her and she asks you to stop. Well, maybe next, if you can, if he's raging about you, you can just say, or raging about it, you could just say something like, you're such a good dad. I know you really don't want to hurt your daughter, so I just wanted to share the information with you, and I won't bring it up again unless she mentions it again, or something like that. I don't know. Good morning, Jamie. She says, good morning, Malta, Chelsea, Nadia, Angie, everyone. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. Muffy says, good morning. A blessed morning to all. Love that. Malta says, I like the phone comparison, Angie. Thank you, Malta. It really is that way, isn't it? And Nadia says, J maybe, hey girl. And Chelsea says, J maybe. We all love us some J maybe, don't we? All right, let's see here. Malta says, good morning, J maybe. Okay, Rick Mash says, in a custody case, if the narcissist is on the phone, calling and texting from home from the time she's off work until bed, smearing me, isn't that neglect? And could I use that to help me? Jillian, speak up. Is that a possibility? Let me know. And David's here too, you guys. So if you guys have legal questions, David is the police detective I was telling you about. So if you have questions for him, let's pop him in the chat soon, and so he can help us get those answered, okay? Rose Burton says, hi, Angie. Will you be attending the 2018 Narcissism Convention? Because I don't see you on the website. I've been invited. I'm not really sure yet. I have to look into it a little deeper. I kind of did some checking, and I'm not sure how legit it is yet. So I need to do some digging and make sure that it's something I want to endorse at this point. So I'll let everybody know as soon as I know that. I have to be really careful about what I put my picture on and my name on and stuff like that. I don't know how legit. I'm going to do some digging and find out. Anna says, referred you to one of my friends. She loves your channel and we are also supporting each other. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that you guys are supporting each other. And she says, I'm so grateful for you. Ditto, my friend. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah. And wait a minute. Jamie says, oh my God, Nadia, good for you, girl. Nadia said, he said all the mean things to me before I left for work. I'm a bad Muslim. Nobody likes me. I have no friends, putting the guilt on me. I told him, no, I will not let him do this to me anymore. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Nadia. And I know how hard this is to do. And I imagine it's even harder than you think. That's gaslighting. I want you to remember this, because that's really not about you. You're obviously a sweet, loving person. We all love you. And I think that, yeah, it's definitely not something that's about you. It's about him. He's projecting his own crap onto you. Yeah. Good for you for not falling for it. Wait, I just missed one from Cynthia. Cynthia says, I've run out of my meds. I'm so anxious right now. She says she does anti-anxiety, antipsychotic, and antidepressants. Have to wait almost a month because I missed the appointment with the psychiatrist due to being too exhausted. You can't get in any sooner than a month? Know this. I don't know. I know you're in a different country, but I know around here, if you're desperate, you can go to the emergency room and they'll help you one way or another. So especially with, even with things like this. So that's something to think about if that's a possibility for you. I know you're in a different situation and that's terrible. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better soon. If anyone has any suggestions for our friend here, let us know ways she can deal with not having her meds. That would be great. Emily says, I don't look at his stuff on Facebook or anywhere else. Good for you. Sadly, I see his comments all over every platform. I hope the new supply is also a narc. Then maybe the cycle will stop. Just a dream. I can almost guarantee you that the new supply probably isn't really also a narc. It's possible, but it's unlikely because narcissists don't really like to have someone who, they have to bow down to or whatever. So if it is an arc, it won't last long. If you block him on every platform, you will not see his comments. Know that. You can still block him without, anything else. Even if you're not looking at his profile, if you physically, go into each platform and click on his profile and block him, or type his name in or whatever the platform requires, that will get him out of your comments so you don't see him. It's hard when we split up with these people, especially if we've been with him for any amount of time, because we have a lot of the same friends and connections, and so just like Emily said, you end up seeing their stuff everywhere. But if you block them, you don't see their stuff at all. They could comment all day long and you wouldn't see it. There are people who are blocked from being seen on my channel because they've made nasty comments, but I don't even think they know it. I think they're the only ones who can see their comments, their hidden comments or whatever. Linda says to Emily, in the end, it becomes the best thing for you. You will be free, not tied to him for the rest of your life in a loveless relationship. That is very sage information there. That's absolutely the truth, Linda. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's really, I totally agree with that statement, 100%. Great minds think alike, y'all. All right, let's see here. I'm losing things. Oh, hey, Ahmed. She says, hey, love this support. Welcome, welcome. Susan, good morning. Welcome. Oh, Monique, wait. I'm trying to scroll up, so I feel like I missed somebody here. Okay. Let's see. Nadia says, okay, we got that one. Okay. Hope Duran. Hi, Hope. Welcome, welcome. She says, I made a great friend who told me about you. Thanks, Anna. Oh, that's amazing. Thanks so much, Hope. Appreciate that. Okay, now I see where I was. Okay. Monique. Hi, Monique. Welcome, welcome. I'm happy to have you here today. Monique Ocampo is a new subscriber and a new tribe member. Everybody welcome Monique, as Chelsea just did. Thank you, Chelsea. Happy to have you here, Monique. John J. John J says, yes, staying off his social media has eliminated like 90% of my stress. Indeed. Yes. It's so important when you're in that phase because they will try to hurt you with it. You know they will. Jamie B. Nadia tells Jamie B. I told him when I got home from work that it will not work this time. I will not let him do this to me anymore, and that I want him to leave. He still tries talking to me last night, the same poo. Typical. Yeah, typical. But stand your ground. You know what you want, and you know what you and your daughter need. So stand your ground, honey. Emily Driftwood tells Linda Welch, thank you. Hugs to you too. I feel like we all need a big group hug, don't we, though? Yeah, virtual hug. Yeah. And she said, wait. She says, sending love to all who need it. Yep. Malta says, attention, if you cannot see or hear Angie, you are asked to refresh at this time as audio and video is live. Thank you, Malta. Appreciate you. Living says, hey, Living Kintsugi. I'm probably saying that wrong, but hey, Living, how you doing? Welcome back. Good morning. Any engagement with a narc gives them supply. That's absolutely the truth. I've been doing gray rock and walking away for weeks, but if I do, he ups the abuse daily. Isn't he supposed to get bored? Yes, but some of them are very tenacious and some of them hold on really hard to it and they think they can break you. So as long as you're not being physically abused, don't let them break you. If you're being physically abused, you have to get out now. You can't stay. Are you being physically abused right now? Let me know. I mean, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Hey, Allie Wilson. She says, afternoon, Angie. Bit of a delay in notification. Hope you're good. Hi. Yes, I'm good. Thank you. And Allie says, hi, everybody. And Ahmed. Hi, Ahmed. Am I saying that right? Ahmed. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I'm bad at names. Good morning, Susan. I know I said that already, but hey, girl, hey. All right, let me see here. I have a question. Says, wait. Oh, I really dislike the way this chat works. I mean, I like the chat, but I hate the way that it's hard for me to read it. Okay, you guys, bear with me because I'm going to pop it out right now. And we're going to, that way I can just hopefully read it a little better. While I'm doing this, while I'm waiting for it to pop out, because, you know, everything goes slow around here, I would ask you if you just got here or you didn't hear yet, in my description below this video, you will see a link to an ebook that I normally charge $4.49 for, which isn't very much, but I'm giving it away for free until Monday. So if you click through, you can get it. And right below that, you'll see links to the free Kindle app that you can put on any device and lots of other little different ways you can get free stuff. So take a look at that when you get a minute. All right, now here we go. I'm going to scroll back to where I know what I can do. I was looking at Susan's, so I can find Susan's name in here and know where I was. Okay, here she goes. Okay. Allie Wilson. Yes, I'm good. Okay. Arabidopsis. Hello. Wait, Arabidopsis. Did I say that right? Says, I have a question. My awful abusive narc ex-husband is now remarried to a woman he knew before me, and now they have a baby. How come he is being nicer to her? Well, let me ask you a question. Are you seeing what's happening behind closed doors? Being nice sometimes with a narcissist is a public thing and not a private thing, as you probably know. I would not expect that she would be getting better treatment. With having been through a pregnancy and having a baby, I bet you that there is a large percentage of the time that she is not receiving the most positive feedback. So I want you to watch my video about will the narc change for the new supply? I think that will be very helpful for you. And Jamie B says they are so freaking delusional. He will act like you said nothing and blow it off. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Susan says, been on the emotional roller coaster for a couple of days. What's going on, Susan? Talk to us. Tell us how you're doing. All right, let's see here. Chelsea says, Malta, you are on top of refreshing. Thank you. Yes, I really appreciate you, Malta. Thank you so much. Jamie says, I know that's scary, Nadia, and I'm proud of you. Me too, girl. I'm proud of you too. And I love our support. Monique says, I love this channel. You're giving me a lot of insight on past relationships, and I'm going to use the info as part of my research for a novel. Cool. Let me know when you get it done, girl. We'll help you get it out there, okay? Malta McMurtry says to Chelsea, you're most welcome. Such a kind soul. Angie L says, while on my deck refinishing my wood benches, I looked through the crack in my wall, and a wall that was in front of me, and I believe I saw the narc drive by 2 times. Looked to be on the phone. Oh, sounds like you're getting ready to be hoovered, my friend. He's stalking you a little bit, huh? Nadia says he wants, like the last time, to hug and make up and forget everything, and I refuse to be hooked in again to his cycle. Stay strong. That's exactly what he wants. He just thinks everything's going to go back to normal and everything's going to be fine and he's going to get to be the boss of everybody. But you know what? You're doing the right thing. Yeah, I'm proud of you. Jamie B says, I love this group. Ditto, girl. I love it too, and I love you. How about that? All right. David says, it's so funny, really, and sad that the narc can't be alone. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. And it is sad. It's sad because the thing is, I think they don't have selves, if that makes any sense. I feel like they need someone else, to suck energy from, or they just don't feel like themselves. Yeah. And you'll notice that if they don't find another person right away, they might start sleeping around or dating around, and you might see them with a different person every week or day. Who knows? Emily says to Susan, me too, Susan, you're not alone. It sucks. Taking it hour by hour. Oxygen is my friend right now, big time. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Emily. And I know how hard it is. It's so painful. And, but breathing is important. Yes, it is. And generally, knowing that you're not alone, I think helps a little bit. Yeah, it's hard. I know it's hard. Malta says, me too, Jamie. Me too, Malta. Thank you. And seriously, I'm lucky to have you guys in this group. David says, oh yeah, I already got David. You guys, David H. is the one I told you about, who's the police detective who has offered to help if people need advice on that front. So be aware of that. Just a reminder. Chelsea tells Angie L. to be careful. Yeah, I agree. Be careful. Oh, is this the start? Yeah, you have to be careful because certainly the narcissist will definitely, he's obviously trying to stalk a little bit or to, that's how they do. He may, if he's with a new supply, he might be bored with that person, or that person's not giving him the good supply like you did. And so he may be stalking a little. Be careful. Don't allow him to get in your head, and don't be scared to call the police if you're worried. Yeah. Chelsea loves the group too. Big hugs, big hugs, big hugs. Susie tells, or Sanzi, hey Sanzi, tells Susan to hang in there, sending good vibes your way. Love, love, love you guys. Anna says, Rick, best to get an attorney to assist you. Absolutely. But of course he knows that. But I think what he's saying is, and by the way, Anna, Jillian, the person that I called out, she is an attorney, and that's why I mentioned her name. Although they're in different states, she might have an idea of what would work and what wouldn't in general. She does family law. So Chelsea says to Jamie, oh yeah, we got that one. Hey, Chelsea. All right, that she loves that too. Our group. Okay, scrolling on down. Malta says, hi, David. Thanks for joining us. Absolutely. I'm happy to have him here. Renee says, good morning to Angie and all. Good morning, Renee. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you back, honey. And Nadia says, I don't know how to tell him. Do I just say it will not work this time? I need some space to think, so he leaves me alone. I'm going to try to call a lawyer. He will not leave. Yeah, that's the problem. And that's really difficult. If you can get him to leave, excellent. If you can't, is there any possibility that you can leave for a while at least and stay somewhere else, or maybe even move somewhere else? I know there's a situation with the house. Didn't you tell me that you own the house outright? Remind me, I can't recall. Cynthia says you can't just buy them. You need a doctor's receipt here. Oh, sure, a prescription. But if you go to the emergency room here, you can sometimes get a prescription when you need one. Right now, I'm biting my inner lip unconsciously. It reduces my anxiety, but it'll it'll hurt badly if it continues. Yeah, I've done that before too. I've chewed a hole in my lip, stressing out. Cynthia, do you have an emergency room? Do you have something like that? Can you call the psychiatrist and say, listen, I can't wait this long. I'm out of medicine. Is there anything you can do at all? Susan says it's hard when you need to talk with someone in the wee hours of the morning, late or night, and there's no one to call. Susan, jump into SPAN when that happens. We have people in SPAN all hours, and there's almost always someone around to support you because thanks to the fact that we have people in all English-speaking countries and a couple of non-English-speaking countries in that group, and there's always some good support. And I don't sleep as much as I should myself. Rick says, I've got an appointment with one next week. Very good, very good. With an attorney. Malta says, Renee, good morning and hugs. And Jillian says, in Nevada, it goes to the best interest of the child, period. It would be just as if a parent had a computer addiction with pornography or an online gambling addiction that occupies time. Yeah. So Rick, you heard that, right? That's Jillian. JT is Jillian, and she's the attorney I was telling you about. So it gives you an idea. I know that you're not in the same state, but it gives you an idea of what you might expect. Lori Bunting says, I am afraid for my husband. However, for my ex-husband. However, he does do anything for me to take out he doesn't do anything for me to take out a restraining order on him. I still have a young daughter that is 16 that I need to deal with him on. Please advise. Okay, Lori, the best thing you can do is to, as long as he's not physically hurting either one of you, unfortunately, in most states, they will not do anything about it. But if he's stalking and he's making everybody uncomfortable, there's that. With your daughter being 16, yeah, you have to deal with him. So here's what I suggest. I suggest that you only deal with him regarding your daughter, only deal with him in text. Jillian mentioned Talking Parents is an app, and there's another app you can use to discuss back and forth, you know, what you guys are doing with your daughter, and just keep it in that app. And then it is also admissible in court, from what I understand, if there are any issues, if he's harassing or disrespecting you or whatever. So that's something to think about. I would just keep it straight business. See him as only your co or parallel parent, not as your ex-husband for a while. It's only 2 more years till she's 18, and then technically you don't have to deal with him anymore, at least not in regard to anything on a daily basis. So keep your chin up, do your very best to stay strong, and just be there for your daughter as much as you can. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Renee says, Malta hugs. Always great to see you. Jillian says, you will want to listen to this for Rick. Jillian says, you will want to keep a log of screenshots and other proof, that you can document the amount of time this person is spending when they should be watching the children. Hear that, Rick? This is good information here. Breon says, I watched videos on how to recover, keep from being in another relationship with a narc, join this live chat, etc. daily. It helps a lot. My concern is, can the focus become detrimental? Yes. If you are feeling healed and good and you're ready to go forward, then you know, maybe you just want to pop in occasionally and say hi to me, but you don't have to watch the rest of the videos. But some of the videos that I put out are for after recovery. The fact is, recovery is an ongoing process, even after the relationship is over. You know, I still consider myself kind of in recovery because I still have to daily deal with the things that, you know, that affected me. Now, I think that I'm far along in my recovery, but just like with a drug, recovery is a lifetime deal. So I don't want you to focus on the negative. Once you get beyond the point where you're feeling devastated and sad all the time, then I want you to start focusing on the positive of moving forward. So yeah, I don't want you to you know, and I hate to say that because, like, I certainly don't want you to stop hanging out with us and being part of our group here. But at the same time, you know, if you feel like it's detrimental to your state of well-being, I certainly don't want you to continue. So it's up to you. I think, you know, at some point you want to stop talking and thinking about narcissism for sure, but you always need to make sure that you're still in the right frame of mind and that you don't fall for another narcissist. So I would say once you get beyond the pain, that the best thing that you could do would be to start focusing on things like law of attraction, things like your spirituality, your happiness, things like that. Work on building yourself into a whole rounded person, somebody who you are proud to be, because I think you're really probably already very close to that if you're not there already. And then then you'll be ready to consider another relationship. Take things slowly when it comes to that stuff. I suggest that if when you've been really hurt by a narcissist, if you were in a relationship with them for more than a year, then you want to give it at least a year before you consider getting involved with someone else. If it was less than a year, use your best judgment, but give yourself time to heal. Yeah. And we talk about it a lot, but one of the things that we find out often is that a lot of times when we end up with narcissists, we may have had a narcissist in our childhood. And when that happens, there are much bigger issues to resolve before you get to the point of being safe to date again. Do you know what I mean? So take it slow. And if you do need some, everybody has needs. If you have needs and you choose to meet them in a way that is consensually, unattached, that's okay, as long as you both understand what you're dealing with and are both okay with whatever it is you're dealing with. So just don't commit to someone very fast. If you do find someone who is worth your energy, then take it slow and have fun with it, but wait until you're ready. Yeah. And I want to say one more thing about that. One of the biggest red flags of a narcissist is that they rush into commitment heavily, quickly, if they aren't already committed. And sometimes if they are, because they don't want you to be with anyone else. But if they are somebody who's really your person, your one, then they will wait for you. If you want to go slow, they'll wait for you, and they won't even, they might not like it, but they'll do it, and they'll go slow for you, with you, in order to make sure that you feel comfortable and safe in the relationship. So that's an important thing to remember. And Andrea Saunders says, "Go, Nadia, you can do it." Yep, I believe it. Nadia says, "Last night, even after I told him to leave and he said all his crazy things, he suddenly acted normal and then said, 'Let's get a membership at the YMCA and go swimming.' I said nothing, hidden toilet." Yeah, Nadia, that's interesting. That's a very common thing. So this is what they do. They start acting totally nice and normal. My ex-husband did the same thing. I told him, I decided to leave a week before I left, long story, but during that week, he suddenly became the perfect husband. And when I left, I cried and cried and cried, because I thought, gosh, why can't I be like that all the time? But I knew somewhere inside of myself that if I stayed, it would just go back to normal. And I'm very blessed and lucky that I didn't fall for it. But yeah, you're on the right page. You know what you're doing. Okay, here's David talking to Rick Mash, remember, David's our police detective. And he says, in response to Rick Mash, that's nothing that he can use criminally against her, but maybe he can in family court. A judge can order her to not smear him in front of her child. Oh, I didn't know that. That's good information. I mean, that should be allowed. It should be an order for them they should be allowed to order people not to smear each other in front of their children, but some people probably wouldn't listen anyway. But I do like that. And I do think it's not acceptable. Even with a narcissist, we do have to explain these people to our children sometimes, but we don't have to do so in a disrespectful way. So, we can't just be like, oh, that person's an asshole and they just don't love you, because that's not healthy for your kid. But you can explain, depending on their age, you can explain certain things, such as that they have, certain different ways of thinking, or, explaining narcissism as a diagnosis or as a potential diagnosis is also helpful. You can say, I think that, mommy or daddy has what they call narcissistic personality disorder, and here's what it's about. But this is going to be, you probably need to wait until the kid's like 10 or 11 to start talking about the specifics of the disorder, but you can kind of explain that they think differently than most people, and that's why it's not working, or that you and the other parent have different ways of thinking and different ways of doing things, stuff like that. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. David. Oh, I got David. Okay. Sanzi says to Susan on the Facebook group Span, you have people from all over the world. Yep, exactly. You can post there at any time. Someone's always up. Thank you for for reiterating that, Stanzi. I really appreciate that. And it's really true. Malta says to Nadia, speaking to what Angie said, he says, thank you for loving yourself and not compromising when it comes to demands. We want to see you well. So true. Oh my gosh. Malta, hugs to you, my love. Hugs to you. That's beautiful. And Chelsea, did I answer your question when I answered Breon's question? Let me know. Terry, hi Terry, welcome, welcome. She says, good morning. I'm in the middle of executing my plan. Thank you for your videos. Some days they are all that keep me in motion. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that they're helping you, Terry. Thank you so much, and welcome to our little tribe. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Emily says to Linda Welch, yep, I'm looking forward to the other side of tomorrow show. Wait, and this group is keeping me sane. I can't read that. I'm so grateful for this support. I'm so glad that it's helping. It really means a lot to me that it's helping. Oh, the other side of this horror show, that makes more sense. There was an arrow in front of your comment. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, Emily, I'm glad to hear that it's helpful. Yeah. Jillian says, depending on the severity and the amount of time spent in the smear campaign, it could be relevant to the child's best interest, but this is only for Nevada. It may or may not be applicable in your area. Arabdopsis says, did you see my question? I think so. Let me double check. Did I not answer it? Oh, I did answer it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I did. There's a little bit of delay, a lot of delay, I guess, in this chat, but I just do my best to get through it all. I've only got about 5 more minutes. I have a call at 10 a.m. my time I need to take, so I'm going to have to, take a minute to go powder my nose and whatnot. But I want to go ahead and answer a few more questions before I go. Linda says, good morning, Renee. Hope this day is good for you. Me too, honey. And Andrea says, Angie, did you get your info on Help Incorporated? I don't know if I did. What is that? I feel like I'm having what they call a brain fart. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, Andrea. Did I write it down? I'll look into it. I'm not sure what that is. Cynthia says it takes 2 to 4 hours to be seen by a doctor on emergency because hospitals give priority to the most urgent cases. Well, certainly, that's probably true. But if you're desperate, it might be 2 to 4 hours well spent. I know that sometimes if you're on antipsychotics, they've got to be able to see you. I don't know. It's just a thought. Just a thought. No pressure. I just thought maybe that would be one way you could get some help without waiting a month. 2 to 4 hours is less than a month. You know what I'm saying? Avon says, I decided to keep my beautiful, positive life. I can't see. Good. She says, I can't go see my dying brother. I just react to their gaslighting. I'm new to this narc thing. I totally understand, and I am just very supportive of your choice. You've got to keep your positive, beautiful life. And my suspicion is that your brother, people who are dying aren't better people because they're dying. Is that helpful at all? I mean, they might seem a little nicer, but they aren't different people. So, and that, I don't mean to sound harsh when I say that. I want you to understand that your emotional safety is very important right now. Yeah. LaTanya Davis, hey LaTanya, says, my husband has made numerous false domestic violence complaints. Oh no. And I'm now waiting a trial date. Oh no. I am now in counseling and have filed for divorce. Well, I'm glad you filed for divorce. Maybe our legal experts here can give us some information about this. My suggestion would just be to be your sweet self, go to court and tell your truth. I don't know if Jillian or David could offer us any additional tips, but those would be my ideas. And I would not look at the narcissist in his face when you go to court. I would not try to speak directly to him. And I would never, don't let him catch your eye, because that might scare you out of telling the truth, if that's helpful. You have our support. I know it's hard, LaTanya, and I want you to know that we are here every morning, Monday through Friday, and twice on Tuesday. All right? Be part of our group and we'll support you. And also join SPAN if you haven't yet, which is at queenbeing.com/SPAN, SPAN. It's free. Nadine says to Nadia, can you get out of the relationship? It sounds awful and draining. Anything has got to be better than staying. Yeah, and I know Nadia has been talking about this and working on this already for a while. She's definitely moving in the right direction. And Nadine, hello, welcome. It's good to see you here today. Thank you for coming. Emily Driftwood says, I will try to calm down and summon the courage to block his ass anywhere I can. Good for you. For some people, I haven't been able to do it. Strange. Thank you, Angie. Emily, I feel you. We all want to secretly stalk them and find out if they're doing better, but they're not. It's all a show, and you know that. And I know it's so hard. I know it is, but I promise you, if you do it, it's going to feel so much better. It is. Just try. I mean, if you hate it, you can always undo it, but I suggest you wait at least 48 hours before you undo it if you're going to undo it, because that can give you time to think and make sure that's really what you want. I think it's just torturing you to see it personally. Yeah. Anna DeLuca says, DeLucia, my bad, says, hey, Angie, we can have our own NARC convention, the Angie convention. Hey, that sounds fun. Y'all going to come to St. Louis for me? Chelsea says, Arabdopsis, it sounds like he's love bombing her. She'll be where you are eventually, sadly. Yeah, I agree. And I think the fact that they've had a baby, is going to, it might make things a little brighter for a minute, but once he realizes, and I'm sure he already has realized, that mommy pays more attention to the baby than she does to the daddy, that never goes well for narcissists, and vice versa. If mommy were the narcissist, if daddy pays more attention to the baby, mommy doesn't like it. Yeah. And then they get the jealousy issues going on, Yeah. Latoya Martin. Hey, Latoya. She says, I love the morning chats. Me too, girl. I'm so happy to see you here today. Thank you for being here. Sanzi says to Emily and Susan, Emily is right. You're not alone. We are all narc victims. We all go through it at some point. Yeah, and we are all survivors, and some of us we're all working toward being thrivers. Some of us are thriving now, and some of us will be thriving very soon. We have to stay positive and keep our mind in the right place, Yes, indeedy. All right. And Malta says, welcome, Monique. We're happy to have you. Renee says, hello, Linda. Thank you. And I hope this is a beautiful day for you. I'm still trying to wake up. Lots of pain in the morning. Oh, look, Renee, I'm sorry to hear that, Renee. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, there you go. Andrea said she blocked certain friends because they posted things I could see of him and his new supply. So I blocked him and his wife. Good for you. You don't need to look at that crap. It's just going to torture you. And, if there's nothing you can do to change it, don't even give it your energy at all. And obviously, quite honestly, I wouldn't want to change it if I were you. I would be happy to see that you're not in the line of fire anymore, at least temporarily. Yeah. Jillian says, narcs, when it's bad character, it's enough about me and what about you? But when it's about superior traits, it's enough about you and what about me? Absolutely. That is right, and that is true. That is absolutely very insightful, my love. Very insightful. Yes, yes. Malta tells Cynthia, this is considered a medical emergency, especially if you are on SSRIs, SRIs, SNRIs, TCAs, benzodiazepines, I don't know if I said that right, etc. See a walk-in clinic or ER for a refill until your next appointment. Cynthia, listen to Malta. He knows what he's talking about. Thank you, Malta. Thank you for that. I knew somebody would know something. Susan says there's an EMDR therapy on YouTube under Eat It. It's for anxiety attacks and stuff. Okay, that's another good thing. Guys, check that out. Nadia says to Nadine, I am trying. I own the house and we have a 4-year-old daughter. I told him I want to leave. Next is lawyer. Yep. And Lori Bunting says, welcome, Monique. David, our police detective, says, yes, block everything and everyone on social media that might lead you to see any updates on the narc. Well, this is just David, the survivor, right here saying this. Everything and everyone. Your heart will thank you for that. Absolutely true, David. Thank you so much. And that's so true. Yeah. Nadia J. Meeby tells you, maybe you can get to someone neutral. Oh, that's good. To be in the home when you tell him you want him out, when you tell him you want out of the marriage and that he needs to leave, just for protection and backup. Yes. I love this idea. Nadia, do you have somebody that you can have there with you? Think about it. It's a great idea. Yeah. Thank you, J. Meeby. That's a great idea. Chelsea says, Jillian, well said about superior traits. Yes, indeedy. Let's see here. Malta says to Cynthia, bring proof that you were on the meds. Cynthia, I hope you're still here, and I hope you're seeing Malta's comments. These are really great pieces of information for you. All right. Okay, I'm going to read one more comment, and then two more comments, because I want to read this other one that's interesting to me. And I want to keep talking, but I have to go in a minute. Let me tell Freedom Lee, I do have a video on the mad stare and the smirks. Check it out. Yes, I've done an entire video on it. It's a real thing. Yes, Freedom Lee. Living Kintsugi says, Kintsugi is the Japanese art form of viewing something broken. Of viewing something broken as being more beautiful than when it was whole. It's piecing broken things back together with gold. Take the lessons learned from the narc, like the lessons learned from the. That is beautiful. I want to cry just reading that. I love it so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Living. Kintsugi. I can't say it, but it's beautiful. Kintsugi. In case you guys want to live it up, look it up. I need more coffee. Monique says, I think I was really lucky. I was dating this guy last summer, and we got into a fight, and he gaslighted me early on. I realize now that he was a narcissist because he was still in touch with his ex. That sucks. I'm so sorry. She said I got out of that fast. That's amazing, and I'm happy for you. I'm so glad that you caught it and you got out of it. That's wonderful news. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Okay, you guys, I am going to go. I want to stay and talk, but I have a call in 4 minutes, and I can't do it. But I want to say this. I just want to repeat one more thing before I go. Two things. Look in the description for the free stuff. Get the free stuff while it's still free. Next up, Living Kintsugi. I want to read this one more time. Kintsugi is the Japanese art form of viewing something broken as being more beautiful than when it was whole. It's piecing broken things back together with gold, like the lessons learned from the narc. I love it. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really, really means a lot to me. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.